What is going on? I'm zmot. First and foremost, do jump into that armory because we have got those Melon Bombardiers. If you have never used the Melon Bombardiers before, they are absolutely insane. Now, you can't tell which ones are Melon Bombardiers and which ones are regular Bombardiers, which I have vented about before. It is frustrating. Come on, Supercell, just change the color of their hats to be green. That is all I ask. It would take you like 12 seconds of an artist's time. We are going to load all Melon Bombardiers. I will get into Warships in a second. Low levels especially, these guys are ridiculously overpowered. I have made a bunch of videos about these before. If you've never soloed a specific base and you want to solo it, this is the time to do it. Now, if you look in the armory, it doesn't appear like they do all that much damage, but those bouncing melons are the key to all of life's happiness. They absolutely crush defenses. Like nothing stands a chance. There is so much splash damage. There is so much damage in every single direction. And yes, that innuendo was fully intentional. These guys crush. Now, with critter launchers, you might be a little bit concerned that they're going to blow up themselves, but if you have a look at these bouncing melons, they don't actually clear mines, so they're not going to do any friendly fire. As you can see, the melons are bouncing all over our troops, and our troops are just fine and dandy. So the best of both worlds, except for the fact that they don't clear mines. Just absolutely crushing everything around them. Great damage, great troop, and beyond overpowered. These are probably the strongest troop in the game when used correctly. Use them. That's all I can say. Now, you know what? I wanted to test that they don't do splash damage just to double, triple check. So we are going to send them in and amongst all of this stuff, and we're just going to put them right on top of this flamethrower. Like every single one of them. We're going to put them right about here. This is going to be an absolute bloodbath, but I'm pretty much okay with that. We're going to flare onto that. We're going to shock there and there. And all of these melons should bounce back onto our dudes here. And as you can see here, no damage done at all. So no splash damage, but they don't clear mines. So be very careful. Probably want to use with Everspark at a low level. That would be more like a mid-level because low levels don't have Everspark, but you get the basic idea. I'm going to quickly claim my supply chest. Supply chest, so much intel. I've got a video on how to maximize your supply chest. Do check those cards as well. Jumping into warships. My warship, I went and got all of the things. Literally all of, well, not figuratively all of the things. Don't have boom mines, don't have a couple choice nodes. Don't have bombardiers. I've been holding out from getting bombardiers. I had seekers, got me into diamond early, and then I went down and got heavy choppas. So I have got both of the longest, ugliest, most painful paths done, and I was still losing. I had lost out of diamond, and then I had a battle against Lolo on the YouTubes. I don't know if it was on YouTube or not, and I fizzled as I kept doing. And Lolo won. Now I'm going to show you Lolo's hit. It's very simple. I don't know if Lolo created this or if everyone's using this and I've just been underneath my rock, which I definitely have been, but just getting engine rooms with heavy choppas and then bringing some seekers in to get one engine room and then bringing seekers in to help on that final engine room. I tidied this up a little bit. I feel like I'm doing it a little bit better, but that doesn't matter. The bottom line is, Lolo, thank you for the hit. Watching replays, so effective. Also, quick note, very embarrassing moment. I was using heavy choppas with tick 1 heavies, and I couldn't understand, like, my heavy choppas keep going down. And it was because my heavies were going down. It felt like my heavy choppas were exploding super early, and it's because my heavies were all dead every time. So beyond embarrassing. I'll show you a couple hits here. As far as times, 208, 221, 227, 234, 217. So I'll show you some of the faster ones. Most people's bases are kind of the same. just straight up following lines, as you can see, getting our troops onto that shock launcher, which left our heavies on top of that engine room, which worked very, very well. Now, do be aware that anytime your heavy choppas are in like this neighborhood here, they're gonna get shot down by boom cannons along the edge. So that's why I shocked that boom cannon, even though it seemed like it was not much of a risk. And then we're just coming in hot, and you'll notice down here, I've got all of my seekers underneath that smoke. Now, the reason for that smoke, in case you're wondering what the heck I was doing, what Lolo had done was they threw critters to clear a shock mine at the beach there. I didn't have any gunboat energy, so I threw a smoke, let my seekers hit that shock mine, and then that way, by the time the shock mine had expired, the smoke cleared and my troops went onto the engine room. So if you're, ideally, you throw a critter chest or a barrage towards the shore, but sometimes that's not an option, so you can use smoke to help your troops out a little bit in that instance. Sir Charles, shout out to them as well, had a very good time against me. Sir Charles had a slightly different base, as you can see here, but doing this exact same hit. Now, I don't think this is the same base. I think this is the very, very similar base. Same thing, up this left-hand side, getting rid of the shock launcher, having our troops stop at the engine room, and then cruising right along. Now, I did this a little bit different in that I dropped my troops along that left-hand side and then sent my heavy choppas up the right. Worked out fairly darn well, simply because that way my seekers could come all the way along that empty space. Don't have to send your seekers in the same line every single time. Just send them somewhere, somehow. Well, and large package had a good time against me, but we had a better time, thankfully. Are we paused? Nope, we're playing here. Let's speed things up a little bit. What did you have for us? Similar base. Couple shock mines over here, though. So doing things a little bit differently. This base worried me a little bit simply due to the number of shock mines and boom mines and things, so trying to go a slight bit different. Doesn't matter how the heck you accomplish the goal as long as you accomplish it. And then sending our seekers along that left wall, little bit dangerous, little bit risky, and that final engine room didn't go down nearly as quickly as I would have liked. When I say final, I mean the one that the Heavy Choppas are working on, but lots of ways to accomplish the same goal. I was using 2 boats of Heavy Choppas. I was using 3 boats of Heavy Choppas. I was using 4 boats of Heavy Choppas. I just didn't realize, hey, maybe I should use 6. And so big shout out to Lolo for doing that. Beating me. I mean, I'm shouting out someone for beating me. Yes, that's kind of odd, but where are we going to go on this one? Many. You don't reach. So we should be able to get that one. And then I'm going to go, our troops are going to split, which is going to cause a problem. Maybe we go and send our last boat of seekers up that back bit. I think that's what I'm going to do, because otherwise we're going to have a bit of a problem here. That shock launcher won't be much of a concern, so let's just do it. We're going to send all of these guys up this right-hand side where it's safe. Now, you probably could rush that back engine room using our Heavy Choppas, but I'm just going to keep sticking with this 6 boats, 2 boats thing, see just how that goes. I might have wanted to go 1, 2, 3, 4, and then drop the seekers for this front one, but you know what? We can still do that. I'm gonna keep doing what I'm doing. I planned this one already. We're gonna stick with what we're doing. I already wasted a flare. That is not where I wanted to send my troops. We are going to send everything forward onto that stuff, get rid of that shock launcher. Then we're going to head backwards where our heavies are already sitting on top of that engine room. Should set us up very, very nicely as we get the taunt rocking and rolling. And I am a lot bit nervous about this hit. We are going to be quite slow. I'm going to throw a shock out onto you, because I don't think I need all that much gunboat energy when I get towards that final engine room. There is a lot going on here. I am not going to be super quick on this hit, as a lot of you could probably figure out. And then flaring over to here with a couple smokes involved, and then hoping to get that engine room down. in a reasonable amount of time. Don't even have another flare to get our troops towards that engine room. We are losing Heavy Choppas ridiculously quickly, but there's the flare we needed right there, getting the rest of our troops onto that engine room. And then as that starts to bleed, we're going to start to drop our Seekers over here. Need it to go down ASAP. Might have dropped our Seekers. Definitely dropped our Seekers a little bit early. That's going to put us in great peril. Yes, I said the word peril. Get going, dudes. Get going, dudes. Ugh, this is gross. Need those Seekers to get the heck out of dodge. Let's use one more smoke just in case that shock launcher gets into play. And now we're going to drop that set of critters trying to distract that flamethrower. That was not pretty at all. Definitely should have done the path that I thought of the second time. Are we going to fizzle? I think we are going to... gross. So, not ideal. Not ideal at all. That path that I described as I was attacking would have been way better. Joshua Key, I think that's how you say that name, crushing us, keeping us one engine room from claiming that chest. But as you can see, I've got a little bit of breathing room for the first time, so we can do a couple hits in the same video. Thank the Jeebus. I have been doing 1.5 hits every 8 hours, and it was incredibly frustrating. Had some time yesterday, as you probably saw from my log, to push a little bit. Got myself a little bit of breathing room for the first time. Now, where are your shock mines? Let's have a look here. Shock mines somewhere in here? No, that right one is totally clear, which is great news. I think I'm just going to go... They don't have shock mines? That is insane. Okay, this person's probably going to be very fast. The fact they don't have shock mines worries me a lot. It means that either they've got shock mines hidden somewhere and I've missed something. There we go. I see a shock mine now. Okay, so they do have shock mines. They're just either hidden very well, or they haven't upgraded them for some crazy reason or something. I'm going to drop this boat of critters there, hoping to clear all of those boom mines. They went the same direction. That was less than ideal for sure. And now, are the wheels starting to come off? See how long that person scouted? That is always nervous making. Anytime someone scouts that long, it makes me very nervous. It means they're planning either very well or they're very nervous. Generally speaking, very well is what I'm finding. Don't attack too early. Anytime someone attacks too early, bad things happen. So we are going to be in great shape here. It all comes down to timing that final set of critters. I am gonna go like this. I hate wasting more gunboat energy, but getting rid of those boom mines is going to be vital. Also, hopefully clearing... There we go. Found a shock mine. Beautiful. And now that our dudes are doing fairly well, that I consider that to be fairly well, we're gonna drop these Seekers, getting them running. Worst case, they're going to run towards that. There we go. See? Getting some good stuff out here. And now it just comes towards flaring there and getting this shock at the right time, right about now. Heavies distracting the shock launcher. Seekers on the engine room. We are not going to be as fast as I would like, but we're still going to be fairly quick as long as that engine room goes down. Not perfect, but not a fizzle. And with the amount of stuff on my base, that's all I really need is not a fizzle, thankfully. Let's see, what do you got for us? 2 minutes, 1 second. Where are you at, Squiggles? Squiggles is coming in pretty darn hot, but that is not Seekers. That is all heavies. Those heavies are done for. You have some bombardiers, and I can beat bombardier players all day, every day. Speaking of getting beaten, sadly, my son's baseball season is over. They lost in the semifinals in the second extra inning in a walk-off home run. It was nervous times. Those of you who are playing along at home, it means that I don't have to go to the provincials, which means that we don't have to last second organize a hotel and cancel all of our summer plans and all of the things. So it was terrible and bad news at the time, and now it's good news because he gets to go to summer camp and all of that sort of stuff. And nervous. There was 2 outs in the bottom of the 8th. My son made the first 2 outs himself at second base. It was nervous. I just wanted the ball to be hit anywhere but towards him, to be completely honest. But he made 2 good plays. Left with his head, can leave with his head held high. We are now at the point where I am saving for that 110 keys to get that next engine room, which of course is going to give us more building health, more troop damage, and critter launchers. I don't know that anyone's going to go back for artillery. I don't know there's any point for artillery at this point. I think that all of the things that are forward, such as laser rangers, such as all of the rest of the stuff, like there's so much stuff forward. This season still has 13 days left. It is insane. In case you didn't notice, this is a long season with the short season chests, which has made this very, very interesting. It's also made for a lot of waiting though, like a lot of waiting. Going all the way down to here and all the way back to here was ridiculous. Hopefully you guys are doing well. But quick note, this season also means that if you're not in Diamond yet, those Diamond players are getting more and more and more chests. My account here, I'm at 2,700 tech. And this account, which is not in Diamond yet, which I have managed to get all the way back to getting shock launchers and heavy choppas on, we are sitting at 2,500 tech. So really showing the disparity in the chest amounts. Only 20 keys here, 25 keys here. So all the way up to 30 keys here. So the higher level you're collecting, the bigger and bigger advantage you're getting. So push as soon as you can. I shall talk to you soon. Thanks for coming in. I'm zmot. Do consider liking, sharing, subscribing, clicking the bell. More importantly, throw me a comment. Let me know what you thought about this video. If you're excited about Meloneers and what your summer and or winter plans are. I'll talk to you soon. Same Z time, same Z channel. I'm zmot. Thanks for coming in. Peace.